Hey everybody, welcome. So here is Path of Titans. Now I am currently on epic settings, 60 frames per second, using a gamepad, aka the Xbox One controller, and looking over the Lake Plasmid area. I'm playing a Deinonychus. And this is on mobile. Now, did want to mention one thing before I get into most of the details is it would be really cool if actually somebody would comparison wise from PC to mobile, because I know PC has a lot more graphics intensive ability than mobile does, but even for mobile this is quite nice. But it would be nice to have somebody compare mobile graphics versus the PC graphics in the same situation. Because I know everybody has been doing that, the same thing for that. For Path of Titans versus... And if you're hearing that sound, that is the sound for different daytime situations. I'm going to turn the sound up a bit. Hopefully it doesn't interfere with the microphone. But, yes. So, everybody's been doing Path of Titans versus the Isle evrima wise, and doing graphics comparisons between the two. But people don't realize that both games actually run on Unreal 4. So, really comparing the two graphics is not really that much of a huge difference, because they're both running the same platform system. So yes, they will have pretty much decent graphics no matter which game you play. But this, having two different graphics technologies in Unreal system, mobile versus PC, definitely really want to see that kind of difference-wise. Now, if you're wondering, this is probably the most intensive graphics area that I've been to on this entire game, because this definitely shows how much power your phone will be able to use and how smooth it's performing. Because right now you can see that my system is actually really smooth across the board, even on epic settings. If I can go to settings, I keep on pushing B. You can see right there, epic, hundreds, render scale, 60 frames per second, everything fully functional, active, grass footprints, particle effects, ambient particle effects, everything's there. So this is smooth across the board. Now your device may vary, but I found that if you play a budget-friendly phone, say a Motorola Fusion 1, that is probably the most lowest phone you'll be able to get, for Android at least. I'm not sure about iPhone. Supposedly they say that iPhone 6 can play this game, but I've done some research and saw that iPhone 7 is barely even up to par to Android's GPU system of 384 gigaflops of power performance. So I'm not 100% sure that even Android 7 will be able to play this game at very decent playable system ability. But again, Android and iOS are completely different operating systems, and iOS is more optimized, so maybe it's better, well equipped on lower spec systems. But yeah, but the lowest you would be able to get for Android is anything around 380 gigaflops of power performance. So the lowest spec phone you can get at the moment to run this game at pretty much the lowest settings you go, aka low with render scale at 50% and frame rate at 3% or 30 frames per second, is the mobile Motorola One Fusion. And that's not the plus version, that's just the normal. And you can actually buy that for $150 on Amazon. It's compatible, decent phone, 4 gigabytes, 64 gigabytes of storage, decent ability. Now the second playable phone that I have that you can play that's a little bit more better than that, and it's actually a mid-tier phone, is the LG Velvet 5G. That is basically a bit more compatible. You still have to drop the render scale about like 70%. But you can have around, I think, medium to high with 30 frames per second and running that smooth performance. Just no particle effects or anything else like that. And that comes with a Snapdragon 765G powerhouse system, 6 gigabytes of RAM, and 128 gigabytes of storage. And that's worth around 300 at the moment, around like 300 to 400 bucks on Amazon. So, but standard price, it's about 600 bucks on carrier buy, or if you can find it on eBay for some cheaper ability. And it's running Android 11. So we have Android 11 for the LG Velvet right now. But yeah, so I'm gonna do a call. I was actually gonna turn around like this because we have these very cool precision movements now where you can actually sidewalk and run around. Now, if you're wondering, there is some slight load stutter, but hopefully that will be layer improved to not have that much of a huge hit. But it's actually really nice. So I'm going to eat some food, and then I'm going to go get some water. So I believe it's actually being nighttime now. And it's foggy. So let's go. This is probably the first game I've ever seen that actually officially plays the Dinochus. This is a creature that I've been really wanting the game to actually use to its potential, because a lot of people like the Isle and Beast of Bermuda plays like using Velociraptor or Utah, and it's like, yeah, that's cool and all, but come on. I mean, you're getting basically the low tier raptor and the high tier raptor. So the Velociraptor is small and capable, but it's like, it's tiny. And then you got the tank of the raptors, aka the Utah. It's like, okay, yeah, that's cool and all, but like, you know, come on, get the speed demon of the raptors, aka the Dinochus. And of course, maybe the speed demon is not that real big anymore, because they've learned that the Dinochus is only 4 foot tall, because the sizing on the foot, if I can stand up, the leg extensions are actually slightly more smaller than they were designed before of back then. And if you're wondering, well, how tall were they? They were 5 foot tall. That's where Jurassic Park actually got their raptors. And if you're wondering, Dinochus are actually the same rough weight class. That's why they're super fast. And also the Jurassic Park movies is because they're the same weight class as a human person. Probably a bit more, around like 250 pounds or so. But yeah, they're super light for how big they are. They look bigger, they look tough, but they're actually super light. That's why they can run super fast. Compared to the Utah, which is built like a tank. It doesn't run super fast, but it can have a lot of power under its bite and attack. And then the Velociraptor is more slower, but it's much more tiny to ambush. So, yes, the Deinonychus is actually the Jurassic Park raptor. It's not the Utah, and name-wise of Velociraptor is just, that's it. It just sounds more cooler than Deinonychus. So, there you go. You've learned something new. If you have ever thought that Jurassic Park has used Utah, it was never Utah. It was actually Deinonychus. That was the characteristics of the raptors. So yeah, let's go for, let me get my stamina back from all that good fun. And we can go for a little speed run. Now I know this game's going to get a little more darker, but it doesn't get as complete dark as like the Isle does, where it's almost hard to see. This is, no, it'll get slightly more darker than this, but that's pretty much it. It's more viewable and seeable than the Isle is. I'm currently wearing some UV blue lights blocking LED glasses, so they're orange and kind of disrupts the color accuracy of the screen, so it makes my viewing a little more darker than usual, but yeah. So we're going to go running around now. So they have these guys pretty nice. I like the running ability. I like the climbing mountain-wise ability on this game because it is just super nice. Like, let me turn this down. Because hill climbing and hill running around this is not so bad anymore. Like on the Isle, where it like is super obnoxious. This you can actually just like run down. And it's more natural. It's just like here we go. Turn around. Oh yeah, check that out. So there you guys go, and this is pretty much nighttime. As you can see, it's more than viewable, and you can actually still see a lot of the gameplay aspects. So it's not like super dark, it's not terrible to see, and people don't need to try and hack the game where they need to over brightness to see stuff in the dark or anything like that. There's no night vision, so it's still playable and viewable. You can enjoy running around, exploring, even during the night. I love the cricket sound. they got that accuracy very nice. It feels like you're an actual forest ability. And I can tell you this, I've been in a forest before. Man, it was so obnoxious. I went camping when I was little with my family, and oh man, I really wanted to run back home as fast as possible. Because we camped out in the forest, and it was like, oh my gosh, it was like literally being surrounded by crickets. Like, most people will not experience this, but okay, that's noxious. Hopefully that's not coming on the microphone, but there's a squeaking sound being obnoxious right now. But the cricket sound on this game is really nice. It's smooth. It gives that effect to the entire feel of being in the woods, and it feels natural. But like I said, in camping wise, man, it is so annoying. Because, like I said, I went camping in a forest, and at nighttime it was like being surrounded by an army of crickets everywhere. 360, it was just like it was like trumpets of crickets playing at the exact same time, 360 style. So it's like it was so hard to sleep. I just wanted to run away back home, but I was like, I couldn't because I was too little, and yeah, parents wouldn't want to go. So I was like, oh, I was so dying. I was like, hey, can we go? I don't want to sleep another night in this place. It was so bad. I mean, literally, it was like, it was horrible. But yeah, the cricket sounds are nice, and like I said, see, this is nighttime. This is fully nighttime. So you still have the ability to see where you're going, how you're going, what's coming around. And like I said, this is mobile. This is not PC. This is mobile graphics. That's how good this game is with mobile graphics. Now, of course, the PC version is going to have slightly more sharper graphics effects, more details, and the ground will be more littered with grass, like, you know, how the aisle looks with the grass effects. But other than that, I mean, it's nice. Excuse me. And that just indicated it's nighttime. I mean, midnight. So that's it. That's midnight. It's nice and dark. And I will see you guys all later. Peace out.